Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome back to another video. If you like micro cars that you probably never seen in your life, not even in your dreams, well, you are probably looking at the right video right now because this is actually a car that I never heard of until probably days before I bought this diecast. That's how unknown this model is to me, at least. And I'm sure to a lot of you guys. But this channel may not educate you on the total base of this model, but I may give you some information you may want to know. Let's get to the point. Let's see what we got for you right now. We have for you a 143 scale. I'm going to have to read this because I never heard about it. Like I said, Mikrus MR-300. And it's a 1958 model. Let's get to the details of this car because I wasn't even familiar where it was even made. But now I know. Let's get to that. This is a Polish model. This car was built in Poland between 1957 until 1960. You know, when I looked at it, I thought it was an NSU or a Gogo Mobile. I said maybe it's an NSU, maybe a Gogo Mobile, and there's another one that kind of looks like it, but I forgot now because it kind of gives me that style. But no, I was totally wrong. None of that. It was a Mikrus. Now this car, they wanted when they made this car, they wanted this to be a designed to be a cheap car for the masses. I guess they wanted this to be a super popular car, starting in Poland and maybe take over Europe and maybe so on. But there's a but behind it. Unfortunately, it did not turn out to be a masses. It was only they only built 1,728 models of them. Maybe that's the main reason you and I, and maybe a lot of you that are watching this video, may not have ever heard of it. Because there's barely any of them around. Hopefully, they still got one or two left in a museum in Poland and any other country around the world that they got to export one or two as a collectible, which I'm hopefully they have done that because it's worth keeping history alive. These cars are part of history back in the late 50s until the 60s, and especially for Poland. I'm sure if I have any Polish viewers or any Euro viewer that have seen this car, if you're probably familiar with it, let me know more about it. I definitely would like to hear more about this car and what was intended to do and why it did not succeed, which is a shame. I think to be a small car, I don't think it looks any better or any worse than an NSU or a GoGo Mobile. So it could have probably taken um, a much more popular. I'm reading one thing. I'm reading that. I'm gonna read what it says. It says the Mikrus costed 50,000 Polish zloty, an average of 50 salaries. Much larger Warsaw, which is another Polish brand, cost 120,000 Polish zloty. So this car literally was a little bit less than half of the price of a Warsaw. But since it was such a small car, it maybe didn't really click the way they thought it would be. And not only that, let me just talk to you about the engines. This car right here had a super small engine. A K car would have been a Ferrari compared to this. It's only 296 cc's and only 14.5 horsepower. That I'm not sure how much of a weight can this car take for it to run. Do not try to go up the hill with it because you may be finished pushing it. And it says here is a two-door sedan, as we see. It opened the suicide door type, if you know what I mean. It's the doors that open the opposite way from the standard doors that we all know. This one opens the opposite way. The way that what other cars? There's a few cars out there. I think the Isetta open like that also, but there's a few cars that open like that. And it was a four-seater, which I'm not sure with that small engine how many you can. Has to be a father or a mother and three kids, because you couldn't fit heavy people there. Forget about it. The car would have burned their engine in the first day of work of driving it. All right, guys, I'm gonna let the car go around a few times, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys. You know, one thing I was reading, I said, why wasn't this car very popular? It really blows my mind because it was not a bad looking little car. It said the Mikrus turned out to be a very popular car. However, the high cost of manufacture prevented the idea of making it a mass production car because it was quite expensive to build it compared to the price they were selling it. And then they had other competition with a bigger car from Barzawa, and it was which was a lot bigger, and it only costed twice the amount. But again, it was a bigger car with a bigger engine, a more built, sturdy car. So that was the main reason. And then they were trying to build a pickup in 1960, but obviously the demand was estimated. Actually, there were already places that were estimated to demand the vehicle, the pickup. But unfortunately, it didn't happen, and it stayed in the books only. All right, guys, don't forget to give me a beautiful thumbs up. I really, really appreciate. If I didn't give you more information on it, sorry about it. I only know so much. Well, on this car, I know very, very, very little. Most of it was getting info from the internet, which I or sometimes want to read you information from. Because obviously, there's not cars that I've seen every day and never seen one in person, and it's not like you see a lot of pictures of it. So, but it's a nice, interesting car. I like to bring cars from all over the world, as you probably noticed already, and this couldn't be any less. Don't forget to comment below what you guys think about the model. Did you find it attractive? What you guys think? Should have been a better success? Who knows? Don't forget to click and subscribe and click the bell next to the subscribe button that will remind you when I'm posting more video, which it should be daily. Alright, guys, take care of yourselves more than ever, and goodbye.